Hello, everyone. It's Sunday morning. I'm shooting at a long distance, the phone holder mic stand. Starting the timer here. We did nothing in advance. Okay. This is a Tangelo water number 10. That was my number in my undefeated season as a junior and high school quarterback. Called all my own plays and had an undefeated season. I actually spent 2 seasons on our home football field as a junior and a senior, never losing a football game. My second year, because I was so small, I was the second string quarterback for Larry Jaster, all-state quarterback in 1962. Number 1 quarterback in Michigan, and I played against him every day, ran the second string offense against the first string defense, and he was so good. I never got in to play quarterback in my senior year, and I had an undefeated year at quarterback in my junior year, calling all my own plays. So much for feetball. These little Tangelos, really sweet, really good. Non-biblical teaching. A number teaching. I want you to understand something before I start using numbers. It's called the window teaching. You got to understand the beginning. Those 2 squares are 2 windows. Almost 99% of everybody I ask to count, they look at me real strange when I say, count for me. And they're trying to figure out what I'm asking them. Count numbers for me. So they start 1, 2, 3, 4, and I stop them politely. And I say, do you know anything about quantum physics? I said, you know that you're taught wrong? You're taught wrong in so many different areas. But right now we're talking about the 2 windows and numbers. 1 through 10 plus 11 to 14 or 15. If you read the book of Enoch, there's 10 levels of angels. But it leads you towards Gnosticism and worship of angels. Not good. Not good. Now, 2 windows. If you're a mathematical genius or very smart or high IQ, you'll think before you start counting, and then you'll start counting with 0. So, in the first window, stick with me here. Please stick with me. We have a 0 with a dot in the center. That's the circle of life. Thinking in the English direction for the moment, we have 0 with a dot. The dot is God in the middle of 0. And we have a plus side and a negative side. That's in what? Geometry. When you start getting into geometry, a -2 or a -4, and you start doing mathematical, what's the word I'm looking for? In parentheses, mathematical equations. That's the word I'm looking for. Point being, in the second window is the number 1. So, if we get to 10 on my hat, We're in the 11th window. Did that make sense to you? If 0 is in the first window and you count to 10, 1 is in the second window and 10 is in the 11th window, because 0 is in the first window. Are you with me still? Okay. I'm trying to get you to think conspiracy theory and outside the box. I'm trying to get you to think. Now, we've got these numbers. 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, we've got 6. Oh, what happened to 5? 5 comes up over here. 5. We have 7, and we have 8, 9, 10, and 11. Quantum physics has an 11th level. See the numbers? Start counting. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is in the 12th, TWEL. I'll abbreviate it. I ran out of space. 11 is in the 12th window if you start counting with 0. Does that make sense? 11 is in the 12th window. No, it doesn't make sense. All right, let's drop back for a second. Here is actually what I'm getting to. Where's the eraser? Oh, I got a sock cut in half, and it's my eraser. So much for 0, 11 in the 12th window. Here are 3 numbers. These have been my 3 numbers all of my life. 4, 7, 1, and there's another set of 3. Where did I first run into 471? You hear me talk in racing stock car terms. The very first car I raced was a stock car 1957 Chevy. I don't know how I got it painted ugly green. This is a pretty good looking green shirt here. But this car was painted an uglier green than any military green you've ever seen. I don't know who mixed the green, but it was ugly. And Farmer John took a paintbrush, 8-inch or 6-inch, 8-inch paintbrush, dipped it in blood red paint, and painted 471. Back then when you raced, you only raced under 2 digits. 0, 1, 0, or 1 to 99. And here comes Farmer John with his ugly green 57 Chevy with 471 painted on both front doors. And I ended up racing that car for Farmer John. Farmer John, if he got in a race and anybody laid tin on him, bumped him or nudged him, he let off on the gas, dropped to the back of the pack, and followed him around. He was not an aggressive driver, okay? And if anybody beat on him, pushed on him, racing is rubbing, okay? I think you find that phrase in Days of Thunder. Racing's rubbing, okay? Pushing and rubbing. Point being, 471, I find 47. I find any combination of 471. If we're going in the Hebrew direction, what does that mean? Opposite of English. Hebrew direction is in the opposite direction from right to left instead of left to right reading a sentence. So now we've got 174 in Hebrew direction. All right? And these numbers are spiritual numbers to me. 7 and 4 and 1. Let me explain. All is out from 1. The number 1. I don't care if you believe in 3, or if you believe in 2, or if you believe in 1. All is out from 1. It's incorrect to say 3 and 1. It's higher spiritual to say 3 out of 1. Did you get that one? That's a spiritual principle. 3 out of 1. And there's 7 spirits of God before the throne in Revelation, all to do the will and plan of God, but that doesn't mean there's 7 gods in heaven, because the 7 are all out from the 1, doing the 1's will and plan. The Holy Spirit, the Father, is the 1. The 7 are the 7 spirits before the throne. And 4, what does this teacher teach? What is 2? True witness. What is 3? Major doctrine. What is 4? The number 4 is locked in major doctrine. 4 scriptures saying the same thing. That's what you should be teaching the body. Anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4, locked in major doctrine. Okay, that's the first 4 numbers that was on Farmer John's 1957 Chevy stock car that I drove. All right, now, because of 5, which I could do a teaching on 5, the 5th letter of the Hebrew alphabet is an H. Yod Hey, an H, pronounced H-E-Y or H-A-Y. Hey was added to Abram's name for Abraham. So I wanted to come up with another a set of 3 numbers. So I came up with 8, which is new beginnings, 8 humans on the ark, 4 men and their wives. All right. 5, H added to your name. H is grace, favor, and mercy. 5, hey, grace, favor, and mercy. We're in the dispensation of grace. 0, with a dot in the center. The dot is God. So my second 3 numbers are 850, 471, 850. And the 0 is a circle of life, and the dot is God in the center. And 5 is grace, mercy, and peace added to you. And 8 is new beginnings. If it's a new beginning, and we got to go here, because that's time, change. Most Christians cannot change. We must change. God never changes. God is perfect. God doesn't change, but we must change from the first 1 to the second. Change to God's will and plan, because God has the power and the authority to speak and create from nothing, from 0, the first window. 0's in the first window, 1 is in the second window, up to 10. 10 is completion. 11th is a 11th level, 1 over 10. And Paul was the 14th or 15th apostle. Can't make up my mind yet. But Judas hung himself, 12th apostle. Matthias drew sticks and became the 13th apostle. And Barnabas and Paul are apostles 14 and 15. Love you. Bye.